こんにちは、ハリケーンフットボールです。今回の教材は、サッカー日本代表に関する動画です。今回は、Get in Football のチャンネルから、2026年、ワールドカップのグループ F の各国の展望と順位予想を行っている動画で、特に日本の部分と試合結果予想の部分を切り取っています。日本は三笘や南野を欠くものの、それをカバーできるほど選手層が厚く、完成度の高いチームとして評価されています。日本 B 期の2人ですが、オランダと日本がほぼ互角に近い評価をしています。実際にどのように話しているのかチェックしてみましょ
う。It's time to preview and predict Group F at the 2026 World Cup. That means Japan, Tunisia, Sweden, and Netherlands. Now, we got a good one in store for you guys today, but of course, before we get into it, make sure to watch the other preview and predictions we did for every group, and let us know in the comments down below how you guys predict this to go. We got fixture predictions and final group predictions at the end of the video, so don't be afraid to skip ahead. There's timestamps down below. We start with Japan. So let's talk about the AFC representatives here. This team has the hype, the excitement, and the expectation, which comes with the pressure. Will they win their first ever World Cup knockout match? If you didn't know, they actually haven't won a knockout match in World Cup history, which is kind of crazy because I feel like, 2018, going into 2022, going into this one, I think a lot of people are thinking about them as maybe a possible later stage contender, right? In Japan. 100%. I think they're one of the most complete teams of this entire World Cup. When you look at the entire list of players here, there's not many holes in this team, if any at all. I think they're ready to take the next step as a world-class national team. But again, they've never won a knockout game. Is this the year they do it?
It might be the year they do it. Look, group stage-wise, last year, shocked the majority of the world by winning their group, won me a lot of money, so can't complain. That's why I am a Japanese supporter. But now, this time around, tough group. Very tough group. Same time as last time, though. Very tough group. Wasn't expecting to get out of it. This time around, heavy favorites. And can they deal with the pressure?
Are they the heavy favorites?
I would say so.
Over the Dutch?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I think I might be buying into the hype a little bit here. Just for me, but I'm gonna go heavy favorite. Very good side. Missing two crucial players, Matoma and Minamino, obviously because of injuries. Unfortunately, devastating blow. Obviously for Matoma during the Premier League season a couple weeks ago. He messed up his hamstring, and that was a big injury crisis for Japan. Looks like they're going to have to rely on some other attacking players to be their attacking output. So someone's going to have to step up to the plate here. Maybe Kubo might have to step up to the plate here. Nakamura might have to step up to the plate here just because those were the guys they were relying on game in and game out to get some attacking threat going forward. Now, this is a well-oiled machine. Japan knows exactly what they need to do every single game they go into. They're a very well-coached side. Defensively, probably one of the better teams in this tournament because every player knows exactly what they need to do, what their position is. There's no one who's on that pitch who doesn't know their assignment, and they know how to get the job done, and they know how to squeak out wins. I mean, look, they beat England in England 1-0.
Yeah.
And Scotland
first ever Asian team to beat them at Wembley.
Yeah. So this is a team that can squeak out those wins. It might be not the most entertaining football in the world in regards to attacking free-flowing, but let me tell you, it's going to get the job done. And you can't underestimate this side because they're looking to pounce on any mistake, any weakness they're looking to exploit. This is a very, very tactical team here that is going to take advantage of certain teams if you do not take them seriously.
Sorry, to go back to your Matoma real quick. I mean, yes, it's a huge loss, but it's not as big of a loss as it could have been, 2 years ago? Maybe even 4 years ago, because this team is really good, right? Like at one point, sure, they might have been relying on Matoma and maybe even Minamino. Minamino's been kind of out of there for a little bit now. I mean, there's players that have stepped up and maybe are even above him now, and he's been dealing with injuries for too long, right? But there are too many players almost at this point that could step up to the plate here. There's a lot of players. You talked about Kubo, who, yes, does play on the right side, won't really, like for like replace Matoma here, but he will have to have a really big tournament. But Japan overall do have some ballers to take over in general. You have Nakamura, who, yes, like you mentioned, he can and should be a big part of this team. It's amazing he's playing in the second division of France at all because he's just way too good for it. He is more of a left wing back role, and I think that's where he's going to be played, and that's exactly where I think Japan will want him to be played. But so many ballers on this team. You have Sano in the middle. You have Zion Suzuki in goal, who plays for Parma in the Serie A, who, by the way, also was eligible for the USA, for all of our CONCACAF fans watching. You have Doan, of course, Ritsu Doan. You have Ueda, who is, almost the remedy to their number 9 problems that they've had over the past few years. Hopefully, right? Obviously, he is scoring goals for Feyenoord, but Andreas, you and I know that doesn't necessarily mean much beyond the walls, the boundaries of the Eredivisie, right? Santi Jimenez, referencing Santi Jimenez. You have obviously Kamada, you have Eo Tanaka. The entire team here I could name off. And I think not a majority, but a lot of people, a lot of European fans at least will know who we're talking about. So all that to say, no Mitoma isn't the worst thing in the world. Yes, it's a big miss, but this team is still very good on the attack without them. And you talk about the defense. You look at their defense, look at the three at the back, probably the least confident part of the entire team right now. On paper, like for like, you look at the players, yes. But you're right. It's because they play as such a unit that it works so well. They don't have to be the best players in their position. It just works so well. They've been under Moriyasu since 2018. So they know, you're right, they know what they're doing. But Moriyasu, you said they're well coached. And I agree, at times. They can be a very well coached when he wants to coach the team. And that's the thing. He's had such big top-tier moments with Japan. And he is now the manager with the most caps for Japan and whatnot. He's going to go down as a legend for Japan in general, at least to get them to the next point of the football evolution. He has had top-tier moments, but they always seem to be undermined by a bad game, bad decision, or a bad lack of decision, right? We think about 2022, Andres. You won all the money. They beat Spain, they beat Germany, but they lost to Costa Rica, right? So in the second game, who do they have in the second game here? Tunisia. Not saying it's going to happen again, but it's something to look at. Moriyasu knows how to work this team well when he wants to work this team well. So it remains to be seen what kind of Moriyasu they're going to be getting here.
I just think the hype around this team, you can't fault them. You know what I mean? I think they can get the job done here, especially this third place, get into that knockout stage. They have some wiggle room here. They just can't get complacent, because you can say the argument against Costa Rica was, okay, we can kind of walk this team. You know what I mean? They kind of levels drop. You know, Belgium, Spain, that's a different story. You know, all of these players are playing on this adrenaline high, playing for each other, trying to get the job done. And this is a group where you're going to have to get the job done. There isn't going to be an easy game here. You can't take things off. So you're hoping that these Japanese player manager are going to get this job done. I think they are. I think this is one of those things where it's like you look back at the past and you're going to hope that they learn from their mistakes. And I think this is the tournament to do it, especially the round of 32. This is their chance to win a knockout game, to make history here.
Now we go a little bit west. So let's see them. Netherlands, Japan to start it off. We might be streaming that game, by the way. So subscribe if you want to watch us stream that one. This one is a crazy first game for a group.
Sets the tone.
Genuinely does. As much as I want to talk about Netherlands being the favorite here, I don't think they're going to live up to it. And I do have Japan winning this one 2-1. I think the Netherlands attack isn't going to be able to get it going this early on, especially against a team like Japan. I think Japan are. Just based on how they play under Moriyasu, I think they're going to get it 2-1 here.
I have 2-2. I think this is going to be a really exciting game both ways, obviously. I think these teams are going to go at each other. Obviously, there's going to be some defensive discipline, but I think there's enough quality in both sides to score goals here. And I think it's going to end 2-2. But it's going to be very close. This one, I can see Japan winning this. I can see Netherlands winning this. This is going to be an exciting game. I wish this was like a game 3 situation, because this could genuinely, like, that would be peak to end the group. But also not bad to be the first game in this group, because it sets the tone for the rest of the tournament for both teams and also the other two teams in this tournament.
The next game, match day 1, Sweden versus Tunisia here. I got Sweden win 2-0. I don't think it's that crazy of a shout. I don't know if I have Tunisia. You know, sure, I think they might be able to prevent Sweden from getting as much as they want to get, but it's the other way around here, right? Where is Tunisia going to get their goals from? They don't have the number 9. They don't have a goal scorer on this team. So if I'm going to give a team a win, it's going to be Sweden here.
That's fair. I have 2-1. I gave Tunisia a goal. I think it's going to be like a late goal, Sweden switch off type situation. Like they're attacking, and Tunisia are able to get nick a goal pass. But yeah, they get the job done though. So that's all that matters.
Very fair. Match day 2, Netherlands Sweden UEFA matchup. Andres, why don't you kick us off?
I'll be at this game, so hopefully I'm hoping for a good game. But I have the Dutch winning 3-1. I think 3-1. I think Sweden's weaknesses, I didn't mention it earlier, but I think Sweden's weaknesses is winning one-on-one battles and tracking runners. And I think Netherlands have enough quality to win one-on-one battles in terms of attacking front. So I think they're going to just be a little bit too much for Sweden to handle in that low block. So I think it's going to be 3-1. It's going to take a little bit, though. It's not going to be like a 3-1 thumping. It's going to be like a it's going to be like maybe 0-0 halftime or like 1-0 type situation. The goals come later, so it's not going to be that crazy.
Yeah, I have the same thing in the way the game is going to go. I just don't think, for me, Netherlands are going to find the goals. I have the game finishing 1-1 here. We know how good Netherlands are at finding chances, creating chances, putting the ball in the box, right? But the finishing, again, is where I just don't know if it's going to come into play. I could be wrong. This was probably one of the games I was the least confident in the prediction I gave, but I'm going to have it 1-1. I think Netherlands are going to start this World Cup feeling very frustrated by what their attack is/isn't able to do. Japan, Tunisia here. Got Japan winning it again. I think they're going to be able to break it down. However, again, I talked about it earlier. This is game 2. What happened in the last World Cup with game 2 under Moriyasu? They lost to Costa Rica, right? So is the same thing going to happen here? I don't think a loss, but is a draw that unrealistic? No. Andres, what do you got?
I have 2-0 to Japan here. I think it's going to be one of those things where it's not going to be pretty. You know what I mean? Yeah. This is we're going to have to grind this one out and then score 2 goals, and it's going to be a tough watch in terms of not going to get a lot going, but they're going to get the job done, and that's all you got to do in the group stage, get the job done. It might be 1-0 for all I know, but I'm just saying they're going to get this job done, Japan.
Very fair. We go on to match day 3, Netherlands versus Tunisia again. I think Tunisia are unfortunately given the short end of the stick here, and it is Netherlands winning this one 2-0. I think they're able to find the confidence a little bit more. They're able to grow into this tournament a little bit more. And again, I just don't think Tunisia are going to be able to get anything against a back line of what? Van de Ven, Van Dijk. That's it. That's all I need to say. I mean, I don't have to name the other two. You know, I think that's it for me. So Netherlands 2-0.
I have 3-0. I have 3-0 Netherlands. I think this is kind of where Tunisia kind of got to go for it here. You know what I mean? They got to get. Yeah. They're going to try and get something, and I think that's where they're going to expose. You know, I'd be a little disappointed if you're a Tunisian fan and you see them come out on a low block. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think they got to go for it, especially those past results didn't go their way. So I think that's where the Dutch capitalize here and put 3 past and finish the group.
Last game here, I guess technically in time, but one of the last games here, Japan, Sweden. Now, I think Sweden are going to have to go for it here. They're going to have to be a little more attacking than normal. They're going to take advantage of their attacking prowess, and I think they get 2 goals. However, I think Japan are also able to take advantage of Sweden's further attack and also get 2 goals. I'm finishing this one 2-2.
Oh, wow. We were very off in this group. I have 2-0 Japan. Okay. I think this is where Japan kind of put the staple and say, hey, world, we're here. What's up? In the sense of I think they're going to get the job done. I just don't know if Sweden's attack is going to be enough in this situation. I don't know if their attacking prowess in terms of having to rely on one side of the pitch to get the job done is going to be enough against a Japanese side that is a well-oiled defensive machine. And it's going to be interesting. Like I said earlier, same thing with the Dutch game is the same thing is can they track runners with Japan's attack in their quality in their attack, and I don't think they can. So with that being said, it's going to be 2-0.
Let's go on to our final tables, what they look like. I'll start here with Japan in 1 on 7 points. Sweden actually finished in 2 on 5 points. Netherlands, disappointing for me, in 3rd with 4 points, and Tunisia bow out in before July with 0 points.
Are coming after you, bro. I think I have surprisingly a tie for first place, but for first place I have the Dutch on 7 points with a goal differential of 5, Japan on 7 points with a goal differential of 4, Sweden on 3 points, and Tunisia on 0 points.
Fair. Honestly, if I had to put money, it's probably going to be on yours instead of mine. But let us know in the comments down below what your final table might look like with Fisher predictions and anything else you want to say in the comments down below. We got 6 more groups to get out before the start of the World Cup, so make sure to subscribe with notifications on so you see when those get released. Otherwise, it's going to be it from us. My name is Elijah. That was Andres. We are getting football, and hopefully see you guys in future videos. Take care.
次は解説です。今回は過去に解説したものが多いですが、本日の解説をチェックしてみましょ
う。Yeah, so this is a team that can squeak out those wins.
スクイークアウトはギリギリで勝つ、辛くも達成するという意味の駆動詞です。スポーツでは特に接戦をものにした時によく使われます。例えばスクイークアウトウィンは、かろうじて勝利するという意味です。対象した場合には使わず、 1点差や終盤の決勝点などで勝った時によく使われます。今回の動画では、日本代表が接戦を勝ち切る力を持っていることを表現しています。実況やサッカー系 YouTube で非常によく登場する便利な表現です。
Yeah. So this is a team that can squeak out those wins. Yeah. So this is a team that can squeak out those wins because they're looking to pounce on any mistake.
ハンソンは、チャンスやミスを逃さず利用するという意味の表現です。もともとはライオンや猫が獲物に飛びかかる動作を表していました。サッカーでは相手のミスやこぼれ球に素早く反応する場面でよく使われます。例えばパンソンなミステイクは、ミスにつけ込むという意味です。実況や解説では非常によく登場する表現で、試合の流れを変える重要な場面を表現するときによく使われます。攻撃的で鋭いプレーをイメージさせる便利なフレーズです。
Because they're looking to pounce on any mistake. Because they're looking to pounce on any mistake.
That could step up to the play here.
Step up to the plate は、責任を引き受ける、期待に応えるという意味のイディオムです。野球で打者がホームベースに立つことが語源です。サッカーでは主力選手が欠場した時や、重要な試合で誰かが活躍しなければならない場面でよく使われます。例えば、久保 needs to step up to the plate は、久保が期待に応える必要があるという意味です。スポーツだけでなく仕事や日常生活でもよく使われる便利な表現です。
That could step up to the play here. That could step up to the play here.
They have some wiggle room here.
ウィグルームは余裕や融通の利く余地という意味のイディオムです。もともとはウィグルの体をくねらせるという意味から生まれた表現で、まだ身動きできるスペースがあるというイメージです。スポーツでは勝ち点を少し落としてもまだ挽回できる状況や、戦術的な選択肢が残されている状態を表します。ビジネス英語では予算やスケジュールに余裕があることを表す際によく使われます。ネイティブの日常会話でも頻繁に登場するとても便利な表現です。
They have some wiggle room here. They have some wiggle room here. It's not going to be like a 3-1 thumping.
thumping はスポーツで圧勝や大勝を意味する表現です。もともとは thump というドンと強く叩くという単語から来ています。そのため thumping victory は相手を叩きのめすような勝利というニュアンスになります。今回の動画では3対1にはなるかもしれないが、内容は圧勝ではなく接戦になるだろうという意味で使われています。イギリスのサッカー解説で特によく登場する表現です。
It's not going to be like a 3-1 thumping. It's not going to be like a 3-1 thumping.
I think Tunisia are unfortunately given the short end of the stick here.
Get the short end of the stick は貧乏くじを引く。不利な立場になるという意味のイディオムです。短い棒を引いた人が損をするという昔の習慣が語源です。スポーツでは厳しい組み合わせや不利な状況を説明するときによく使われます。今回の動画では、チュニジアが日本、オランダ、スウェーデンと同じグループに入ったため、不利な立場に置かれているという意味で使われています。日常会話でも非常によく使われるネイティブらしい表現です。
I think Tunisia are unfortunately given the short end of the stick here. I think Tunisia are unfortunately given the short end of the stick here.
いかがでしたか？ワールドカップ開幕まですでにもう1週間に迫るほどですが、オランダとアルジェリアの親善試合は、なんと、アルジェリアが1対0で勝利し、この動画でも話していた通り、チャンスは幾度となく作り、ボックスに何度もボールを入れ、クロスに合わせたり、シュートまで行くシーンも多かったものの、ゴールを決めきれなかったという試合でした。私はマレンもデパイも、クオリティが高いというか、怖いと感じるものでしたが、この動画の言う通りであれば、チャンスは作れど、ゴール前のクオリティが足りない、ということなのかもしれません。また第2戦のチュニジア戦が、やはり鬼門だとも誰もが考えていますが、これもこの動画の通り、過去から学んでいるのかどうかを証明する機会ではあるでしょうし、そうならないための最善を尽くすことを期待できると個人的には感じています。ローテーションは絶対に必要でしょうから、オランダに勝てれば、第2戦でも第3戦でも、ローテーションに抵抗はないと思いますが、オランダに引き分け、または負けた時に、ローテーションをできるのか否か、はかなり見ものになるような気もします。いずれにしてもチュニジアには、ローテーションしても勝てるレベルではないと、いけないとも勝手に感じますが、それも含めて、楽しみでしかありませんし、もうすぐに迫ったワールドカップに興奮してきています。本日もご視聴いただきありがとうございました。またすぐにお会いしましょう。